Hello everyone, welcome back to the stream. Sorry I'm a teeny bit late there. Sorry that I let the timer go past. I was getting ice cream and it did not cooperate. I did not want to cooperate, and unfortunately I don't have whipped cream. And I'm very sad. I'm very sad about that. This is a travesty. I demand reparations. I find the lack of whipped cream to be truly abhorrent. Yeah. No other things around that. Let's just refresh you. Ugh, excuse me. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Welcome home. Welcome home. Careful taking the bike up. Don't do anything. There we go. Closing that for now. Hello, hello everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, this is the third heavily sweet dessert thing that I've had today. That's totally normal, right? It's totally normal. I'm not stressed at all. It's fine. Get my call from one of the universities tomorrow to talk about job stuff. See what they offer me. Nervous about that. Don't know why today is the day that my brain decided to be nervous about whether or not the election's going to affect my very much needed revision surgery, or whether it will not be affected by whatever reason, whether it be early enough or what. Just trying to keep somewhat calm there. Not working very well. Ugh. All right, I have a guide to hopefully help me through this. And hopefully, since we know pretty much everything, I'm going to skip a lot of dialogue. Like, full disclosure, we are going to go faster. Because I want to make sure we finish the game if I can. I was seeing some people say that you could get through this whole game in 40 minutes if you know what you're doing. So we're not going to do that, but okay. Okay, 6 of them depend on your detective skills and 3 of them on your maid skills. Most of them can be unlocked together. It's possible to get them all in one full and 2 partial playthroughs. Don't clean up the rooms until the last step, except for the trash cans and 9. In the 5th floor and in the basement until the last step. Save when you're in the basement for the first time. Ballistic message in the store. Okay. 1 minute. I wonder if maybe I can even go from a previous load. I'm not sure. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. I suppose I might also have to think of what, way back. I have this autosave. Let's try loading this one and see what happens. I have a hard save when I was brought back downstairs for the screwdriver. Okay. So in this case, I have cleaned most of the rooms.
That ringing. Sounds like the elevator doors are jammed.
Okay, this is literally right where we left off. Before things get bad. Which might work in my favor here. Let's see if this works.
Mr. Cruz? Mr. Cruz.
Good job with the climbing competition anyway. I'm glad it went well.
Oh God, what happened?
Okay.
Mr. Cruz's life insurance policy. Why did he have this on him?
So according to this guide, I should throw out everything that's on his body.
Is this about Paul? Does that mean...
So we just throw out everything around his body. We leave that be. 505. Everything you can throw away in the room, even the guest items. Everything that I can throw away, we throw away. Everybody likes cats. Everybody but me. Everything. Okay. Hello, hello. Oh, raid again. Oh no, you're raiding at the... Oh no. Oh, you're raiding when we're doing a weird thing. Oh no. I'm sorry. Welcome everybody, welcome. We're just doing a really weird thing though, unfortunately. Like I can't... It's hard to explain because we are doing just the end of this game to see if we can get a better ending than we did on Thursday. That's kind of my goal with this. See if there's anything we can do.
To get the power back on.
Oh no, what was it? Another one of the... Was it that awful VN again? We are trying to save the gays. We're doing our best. That's the goal.
Can wait. There are more pressing matters right now.
Okay, I guess the only thing that she can do right now is get the power back on, so I suppose we'll concentrate on that first. I'm sorry, it's awful and stupid and boring. I feel bad though because I did a full playthrough of this game over the last week. I did it on Tuesday and Thursday, and it's a terribly interesting game. But I also
It's too big. I guess I'll need something pointy.
the ending wasn't quite what I wanted. Like what you do and how you do it, is directly related to how the ending goes. And it's terribly interesting. The game takes a lot of things into account. As you can see, there's been a murder. And one of the things the game takes into account that I didn't realize even, for instance, is that if you step... Oh, you see the pool of blood here. If you step in it, the game knows and the game remembers. I didn't think it was like that. I thought it was just another, like, interesting thing.
Okay. This looks like something I can use to open the fuse box.
So I have to find a way to, like, really avoid stepping in the blood. Because that's a key point. For those who don't know, the general central conceit of this game is that you are a maid in 1958 in Montreal at this hotel. It's a relatively swanky hotel. And you have a bit of a penchant for snooping, and you kind of snoop.
That worked, thank God.
Pretty much exactly.
Now,
Okay.
to get the power back.
Okay, and now I need to find the...
Yes, this is what I need.
things. There we go. Okay. 15 is a type A. Come on. There we go. 30 is a type G. Okay, and then 20 a type S. That should work. I did load from a previous save. Yeah, this is a save that I had that was literally right before shit went down and hit the fan. And I'm just trying to see if this works. I feel bad now, though, because now I feel like I should go back and start the game totally from scratch. And I don't know. I'm sorry. Okay. Realize I hadn't gotten that towel. Actually, wait, can I take the light bulb out and replace the light bulb with the proper one? Not a red one. Is that doable? Is that something we can do? That is not something we can do. Okay. The real light bulb is floating around here, I thought. I thought it was hanging around in something. Huh. It's not. Never mind, that's fine. We are throwing everything in this room out. Because this is a gay man with mental health issues, PTSD. And they will institutionalize him if we don't. If this actually works, even. It's just a Bible. Who gives a shit? And they were roommates. If all this works, all the trash, anything at all. That's it? That's not suspicious at all. No, that's fine. This might not work either, is the worst part. This might still ultimately fail. I don't know. The internet was not actually super helpful on that one. But this is my attempt to save all the gays. So we have one gay man, two lesbian women stuck in marriages they don't want to be in, one who has a child. Well, I suppose One of them is no longer stuck in a marriage she doesn't want to be in. Her husband is the one in the elevator. So, Okay, doors are closed. Room is about as spotless as it can get. Okay, close the door. All right, so everything out of 505 is gone. So police say they caught me snooping because they saw the pictures that this guy had taken. And now I've just thrown all of them away and they can't see them anymore. 507, everything needs to go. Okay. Nothing there. Yeah, it's kind of all about what you leave behind. Oops. So I'm trying to find a way to make sure that I leave nothing behind, you know? Okay. Can't do that because that's in the way. Nothing with the rollers. No rollers. Okay. So that's the thing that I'm not sure of. What, like, when you throw it away, it doesn't go into like a generic trash bin. It obviously does something else. I don't know where it goes. Like, the idea, I think, is that it's just gone, you know? Sorry, kid, I gotta throw away all your shit. Mom will buy you a new car when you get to California. Board game stays, I guess, because I have no other options. Throw away the lesbian trash novel. And this box of very incriminating evidence. Slice of toast with PB for toast and I have chocolate milk. Put an effort to make it hot chocolate. Ooh, hot chocolate. Okay. Now that all of this is out, now I throw it all away. Now you kept all these letters between you to document the fact that you're lesbians. But that's the problem. This is 1958, and you documented the fact that you're lesbians. So we are hiding the fact that you were lesbians from the very not safe police. Man, I didn't get all the cleaning done that I thought I did. There are still some bits and bobs here.
Those few coins in my tip jar were getting pretty lonely. They'll appreciate the company.
Okay, nothing there. Oh, you know, I think I didn't clean this because I was asked not to, or something like that. So we're cleaning it now. Before I leave this floor, it will be spotless. Sorry, kid. Again, gotta throw away the shit. Da-dum-da-dum. Flood the bathroom while I'm here. Flood the floor, and then...
Oh, I left the clean towels on my cart.
If I flood the floor, then... I don't have to worry about, the fact that the evidence is there. I can say, oh my god, I left it on, and I was so shocked that I just...
I left the clean towels on my cart.
Had to run away, or something. Come on, come on. In you go. Alright, cool. Room is good. good as room can be. Alright, let's leave. Close, alright. 509. There's some letters that need to be thrown out. Here we go. Letters in the case on the bed, secret notes on the table. Okay. Letters in the case of the bed, secret notes on the table. That's the ones that I decoded. The one that I decoded. I suppose it's just the one. Yeah. I could have sworn there was another one that I... Okay, fifth floor hallway. The diary at the ice machine as well needs to be done. I closed the door, right? I did not close the door. Let me close the door. The diary in the ice machine. And I have to not touch the blood. This is gonna be hard. You won't go in that way, will she? No, she won't. I'm gonna quickly throw a save in here, just in case. Check. Come on. Come on, Sophie. Come on. Nice. I think that worked. I do not see any thing there. Okay. Open the locked safe in room 509 and read the newspaper. Open the locked safe in 509. I don't actually know how to open the locked safe in 509.
No combination, no entry.
Shit. Okay, that's actually a problem. I do not have the code for it. Why don't I have the code for it, though? I thought I looked at everything. Let's wait a minute. I think the thing that I need to look at is actually in here.
How did this end up here?
Here we go. Yeah. 23-4 something.
Power's back. Now I should go down to the lobby. Call the police.
Not yet. There we go. Although I do not remember how to... What is the solution to opening the thing? Because I don't I don't remember the first one. Unless, wait, is it in here? It's in the basement. This item list. Okay. No. Handle stash plan. Stash note. Huh. Fifth floor. Safe codes list. 23-4 something. 23. 40 something. $42. 16. Nice. Okay. And look at that. There's something else. That is a gun. You ruined my life, you fucking moron. I lost my house, my family, everything, and now you refuse to pay the money you owe me? For years, I gave you my hard-earned money. It was all for nothing. I hope you and the All-American burn in hell. SW. Woman and 3 children killed in house fire. According to police and firefighters, flames were seen coming from the 2-story house by a neighbor around 3 a.m. Bodies of a woman and 3 children were found in the house. Identified the victims as Meredith Williams and her children Thomas, David, and Sarah. Sam Williams, husband, managed to escape the house unharmed.
Woman and 3 children. 3 children.
Ooh, that's juicy. What if the murder had nothing to do? Oh, shit. Oh, that's a twist I didn't see coming. The murder had nothing to do. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. It had nothing to do with everything we've seen so far. It was hiding underneath everything the whole time. Fucking nice. Okay. So, throw out everything in 505. Throw out everything in 507. Letters in the case in the bed and secret notes on the table. 509. 5th floor hallway. Diary at the ice machine. Evidence at the elevator. Then there are some things in reception. Achievements can be locked together. After restoring the power, open the locked safe in room 509. Read the newspaper. Then throw away the following evidence. Do I leave this open? I'm going to leave this open. I'm going to save, and then I'm going to leave it open. The whole time? Literally.
Is there anything I've forgotten? Once I leave the...
You're fine, Sophie. Don't worry about it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Here we had it thought that it was one of the lesbians trying to help the other one out of the marriage or herself out of the marriage. In the end, it was all because the guy was a shitty insurance agent.
Beth? Where is everyone?
Montreal Police Service, Station 22.
There's a man dead. He's been murdered. I need the police.
Please stay calm, ma'am. Where are you right now?
The lobby, but the body, it's upstairs.
Can you give me the address, please?
Oh, 1178 Drummond Street.
All right, ma'am. Officers are on their way.
Thank you.
But we aren't done. We are not done.
Is this the brochure Beth was talking about? The one that came in the mail for Anne? The West Coast. That's about as far from Montreal as you can get without crossing an ocean. So Anne and Marcella really are planning to run off together. Was what happened to Hector part of their plan?
I don't think so, not anymore. So I need to throw away the letter, railway tickets, and brochure. Letter? Oh, is this the letter? Ah.
Bernard really wants Paul out of the hotel. Okay, I can see how this could make Paul look bad. But it's obvious Bernard cares more about the hotel's reputation than the guests' well-being.
Yup. with that, it's just on to the interrogation. Let's see what happens.
Oh, hey you. Great timing, right? I'm thinking if we're lucky, Bernard will let us go home. No point in working in the dark. Sophie? Bean, you're not scared of the dark, are you? Hey, is everything okay?
I found Mr. Cruz. Hector.
Oh, you did? What was the bloke up to?
You don't understand. I found his body. He's dead, Beth.
Oh, merde. Merde. Sit down, okay? You look like you're about to faint. Have you called the police?
Yeah, they're on their way.
What happened? Was there an accident?
No, I don't think so. Someone did this to him.
You mean... Merde. Do you think it could have been Anne and Marcella?
Not anymore, I don't.
What about Paul? He and Hector were
I don't think it was Paul either. I'm pretty sure it was 504.
Hector's customers. He seemed really angry. I guess it could be him as well.
The cops will want to talk to you. Know what you've seen. You need to be careful about what you tell them.
Yep.
If word of Anne and Marcella's affair gets out, they may put a label on them that will really hurt them. It might not even matter in the end if they did it or not.
I think I know what you mean. It's easier to put the blame on people who are different from you, even if you're wrong.
I'm glad you can see that. It makes the world a little safer to have people like you in it.
Honey,
You know,
we've been flirting this whole game.
barely 20 when I was shoved into a police car for just hanging out with people who made me feel like I wasn't so messed up after all.
What? Where did that happen?
At the White Cat. It's supposed to be a safe space, but it gets raided by cops every now and then. I know Anne was caught at least once too.
Wait, you know her?
Yeah, that's how I knew the answer to the riddle. I've never talked to her, but I've seen her a few times. Marcella and her, they're just like me.
Thank you. Thank you for trusting me with this.
Maybe now you can understand why I care so much about you. I don't know if I'm feeling inspired by Anne and Marcella, or if it's the shock of being so close to an actual murder, but, I'd really like for us to be more than just friends, Sophie.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Lesbians.
I like that too.
That's
Although apparently Sophie is bi.
great.
I didn't know because I didn't pick
Is here.
the other guy, because you can have either
Just
her or Beth
be mindful.
or
Okay.
his name Andrew or something. I don't remember. The twink. I thought he was gay, but no, apparently he is straight and he likes Sophie, and you can kiss him and confirm that relationship as well. He must have some kind of thing, but if this game and its themes are to go on, it must be maybe a I'm guessing some kind of mental health thing. 'Cause those are the two parallels we've got here.
I was distracted.
I really need you to focus right now. I don't want to be here all night, and I'm sure you don't either.
No,
And I think you're an asshole.
no, I don't.
So, as I was saying, we're trying to ascertain the circumstances of Mr. Cruz's death. Can you tell me how you came to find the body?
I was cleaning room 509 when I heard the elevator bell ring. Again and again and again. I thought maybe a child was playing with the doors, so I went out in the corridor, and that's when I saw him. blood and...
Why was the elevator bell ringing?
I'm sorry?
You said you heard the elevator bell ring. Why was it ringing? I assume it wasn't a child after all.
All right, here we tell the truth.
Well, Mr. Cruz's body was preventing the doors from closing.
Really? When we found the body, it wasn't that close to the doors.
Oh, the stairs are blocked because of the renovations, so the elevator's the only way out of the 5th floor. I had no choice but to move the body. Just a little.
Ah, so that explains the traces we found. Thank you for clearing that up. So, what did you do after that?
Well, that's when the power cut. So I had to go to the janitor's closet.
To access the fuse box.
Exactly. I changed a few fuses and turned the power back on.
But there's a lock on that box, isn't there? Did you have the key?
Oh, I didn't put the ice pick back.
No, I didn't. Only Eugene does. But I thought an ice pick might do the trick, so I went to the ice machine to get one.
You're a size 7, I suppose.
Damn it.
Yes, I am. Why?
What did you see when you went to the ice machine?
There was blood. A lot of it.
Did you touch anything?
This is where things are difficult because he's not supposed to know that I touched the blood. I didn't. I made it very clear not to.
No, nothing.
That's weird. It sure looks like someone poked around the crime scene. Oh well. We'll know more once the fingerprint analysis comes in, won't we? So, what did you do after restoring the power?
I took the elevator down to the lobby. That's where I called the police.
Do you remember what you said to the operator? The exact words.
No, I'm afraid I don't.
You said, there's a man dead. He's been murdered.
That's possible.
What makes you so sure it was murder?
We now know that he did receive death threats, in fact.
Well, I know about Mr. Cruz's angry customer. The one who sent him death threats.
Oh, yes, we found those. But the customer in question lives back in Texas, so there's no way he could have killed Mr. Cruz.
I think he may be staying at the hotel.
Have you encountered him?
No. In room 504, there's a guest who seems to be traveling alone. Yet, he has these 3 teddy bears in his room. Mr. Cruz's customer lost his 3 children in a fire, and these bears are slightly burnt. So...
An interesting deduction.
Interesting indeed, Mr. Bigoted piece of shit.
How do you even know about the death threats?
Mr. Cruz told me.
Mr. Cruz told
Told
me
me.
the other day.
Really? Was he in the habit of talking about his personal life with hotel maids?
I really can't say what his habits were, but he seemed to like me.
Did he now? Here's what I think, Miss Roy. I think you went through Mr. Cruz's belongings while you were cleaning his room. I know that's a little hobby of yours.
How?
Safes left wide open. Makeshift keys left inside of locks. You haven't exactly been...
Oh, shit.
Have you?
Oh.
Now, unless you want me to arrest you for violating your guest's privacy,
We'll see if that
suggest you tell me everything.
changes a lot.
All right.
Let's start with the victim's wife, Marcela Cruz. Apparently, she left in quite a hurry this morning. What can you tell me about her?
I don't really know anything. She just looks like a loving, caring wife.
You wouldn't be trying to protect her, would you, Miss Roy? Because now's not the time for misplaced female solidarity.
No, I'm not.
Let's try something else then. We've learned from one of your colleagues that the victim had a fight with a guest named Mr. Spade. What can you tell me about him?
I don't know much. Only that he seems nice.
Does he? It's very odd. Both Mr. Spade and Mrs. Cruz are prime suspects in this case, and yet we have very little evidence on either of them. It's almost as if someone has cleaned up after them. I really hope I'm wrong, though. Because if I'm right, that would be obstruction of justice, and the people, or person, responsible could face very serious consequences. But hey, I guess we'll know soon enough.
Let's see what happens.
Bernard sounded really dejected on the phone.
He sounded dejected this time.
I guess
Last time he didn't sound dejected about anything.
different in here. It'll probably be a while before the hotel reopens.
Ugh, go to hell.
Beth,
Well, I'm guessing she's still fired.
You okay?
I'm out of a job. But other than that, yeah, everything's just peachy.
What? No,
I hope you're luckier than I am. Come join me when he's done with you, all right? I'll be questioning my life choices on the mezzanine.
yeah. Yeah, okay.
I did read that there's no way to save her job, though. I'm not entirely sure why she was fired, now that I think about it, though. Like, what did she do? Rat-faced piece of shit.
Come in.
He definitely doesn't seem happy.
So,
I like that.
I suppose you know why you're here?
I would guess it has something to do with the murder.
Well, as you may be aware, the hotel's reputation has taken a solid hit. We've been mocked and ridiculed by the papers. It's
Oh no.
truly humiliating.
For who, though?
And that's not even the worst of it. With a story like this, guests may not flood through our doors again for a very long time.
Depends on the guests.
I may have no choice but to sell the hotel. Just years of arduous work gone down the drain.
I mean, you kind of stole it from your gay brother, so I don't see that as down the drain.
It's clear now that we're going to have to tighten our belts for at least a couple of months. Which
I'm
means
getting fired.
cutting off dead weight.
I suppose I'm the dead weight.
Yes. I mean, not you specifically, but some of your colleagues certainly are. From what I've heard, you've been quite the exemplary maid lately.
Oh, maybe I'm not
Satisfied
getting
guests.
fired.
I take my job very seriously, sir.
As you should. We'll see for the future, but for now, you'll be allowed to continue working here.
Thank you.
I'm not done. The police have finished their investigation and left a mess on the 5th floor. I want you to clean it up.
Fucking asshole.
There?
Yes, why not?
I found a dead body on that floor. I'm not going back.
I'll make this simple for you. If you don't do it, you're fired.
I'm just curious if I keep the job this time. I'm gonna try that.
Okay. I'll take care of it.
Good. Well, what are you waiting for? Get to work.
Oh, now?
Asshole.
Now. That'll be all.
Oh good, we still get our scene with Beth. That makes me happy.
Hey,
Hey.
what a week.
Yeah. So, what did Bernard want with you?
He wants me to clean the mess on the 5th floor.
What? Unbelievable. Oh, he's such a jerk.
Yeah. I wish I would have stood up to him, but I really need this job.
I know you do.
Did Bernard say why he was firing you?
Oh, well, he's been itching to get rid of me ever since he took over from Raymond. Now that he's hell-bent on cutting expenses, it was obvious I would be one of the first to go.
So, what's next for you?
I think I'm done working under Bernard's or Linda's. Maybe it's time I become my own Bernard. Minus the fascism, of course.
Subtract fascism. Good policy.
Owning my own establishment, one that caters to the right kind of crowd. Believe it or not, I do enjoy the company of people, just not, you know, the stuck-up, entitled clientele of this prestigious hotel. But maybe if I were behind the counter of, say, a bar instead of a reception desk. I don't know. Is that silly?
No, it's not. In fact, you'd be perfect for it. You're the most charming person I know.
Thank you. I'm really glad you're in my life.
Me too.
Yes.
Can I?
Kiss.
Do it.
Yes.
I thought you'd never ask.
Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Yes. Good.
I know.
I've been thinking about Anne and Marcella a lot.
Should I be jealous?
No, not in that way. I've been thinking about what they went through. How they had to lie and pretend. Day after day. How they had to live someone else's life for 10 years before they could finally be with each other. I don't think I could do that.
Well, I have good news for you, Bean. Times are changing. It's already started elsewhere. And it will get here, eventually. One day, all the Annes and Marcellas of the world will live happily together, and no one will give a damn.
I really hope that's true.
It will be.
No, that doesn't look good. Let me guess, you're under arrest.
All right.
Yep.
Scene? What the hell's going on?
Beth, it's okay.
I warned you where obstruction of justice would get you, Miss Roy. So here we are. You're under arrest.
What? This is bullshit. You can't do this. Sophie, we'll get you a lawyer. It'll be okay. God.
Not convinced that that's bad right now. Hold on. Wait for the postlude. Yeah, thanks to you, the real culprit ended up in... Disgruntled client charged in Clarendon Hotel murder case. Thanks to your actions, Paul avoided prison. Look, he became an actor. Okay. And he even got to visit Lindsay's grave. Oh. Thanks to your actions, Anne and Marcella avoided prison. They made it to California after all. That little kid's gonna have a much happier life, I swear to God. Oh, they're so cute. So which one's the butch and which is the... I'm just kidding. With no deviants to blame for his failure, Bernard gave the hotel back to his brother. It's a gay hotel again. And yeah. Tamper with evidence, got caught, put back in prison. That didn't go so hot, but is that where we are now? We got out anyway. I don't know, I feel like that's pretty good. I wonder if I can avoid prison, but I kind of doubt it. I could try covering my tracks, but I do kind of doubt it. Let me see if I can. Out of curiosity. Load. Where was I? Yeah, I didn't step in the blood, but I did leave the safe door open, and I left some of the other stuff around. Like I left the keys. Excuse me.
Power's back. Now.
Okay. Let me follow the steps again. Go back up here though. Weirdly, it doesn't say anything about doing those things, but so for instance, this needs to be closed. Right? Door is closed. Close. 507 has the thing. See, this is where I'm frustrated. I can't take... I can take the key back. That there. See if I can throw away this key, maybe? No? Okay. Not sure if there's anything else to do. I think I got everything else. I don't know. Okay. Newspaper article. Oh, it doesn't say there. I think I have everything otherwise, though. I don't think there's anything more to do. Yeah, I threw that away. I didn't step in the blood, so I shouldn't have the dialogue, but I think that might just be because I did something where I wasn't supposed to, kind of a deal. You know? Yeah. God, that's fucking dark. Alright. Here, I thought those were actual kids' things that were staying here, and now I recognize that no, there were no other suitcases, no other clothes. Those were just sitting there on the bed. All right.
Is there anything I've forgotten? Once I leave this floor,
Let's try one more time. Can I skip these? Skip.
I'm sorry.
I'm just curious if this changes anything, and I'm going to try to skip through some of these cutscenes if possible. Oh, I managed to skip. I just don't know what button I hit to do it because I'm kind of button mashing, so... Yeah, see, it's not skipping. Oh. Oh, no.
Montreal Police Service, Station 22.
There's a
I
man.
want to sit through all the dialogue because there's a lot of it.
I need the police.
Please stay calm, ma'am. Where are you right now?
The lobby, but the body, it's upstairs.
Can you give me the address, please?
Oh, 1178 Drummond Street.
All right, ma'am. Officers are on their way.
Thank you.
Is this the brochure? The West Coast. That's about as far from Montreal as you can get without crossing an ocean. So Anne and Marcella really are planning to run off together. Was what Bernard really wants. Okay, I can see how this could make Paul look bad.
All right. Still can't skip. Oh, come on.
Oh, hey you. Great timing, right? I'm thinking if we're lucky, Bernard will let us go home. No point in working in the dark. Sophie? Bean, you're not scared of the dark, are you? Hey, is everything okay?
I found Mr. Cruz. Hector,
Oh, you did? What was the bloke up to?
you don't understand. I found his body. He's dead, Beth.
Merde. Merde. Sit down, okay? You look like you're about to faint. Have you called the police?
Yeah,
What happened? Was there an
no.
You mean?
There we go. Okay.
What about,
The cops, if it might
I think it's,
make... You know, I was barely 20 when I was shoved into a police car for just hanging out with people who made me feel like I wasn't so messed up after all.
what? Where did that happen?
At the White Cat. It's supposed to be a safe space, but it gets raided by cops every now and then. I know Anne was caught at least once, too.
Wait, you know her?
Yeah, that's how I knew the answer to the riddle. I've never talked to her, but I've seen her a few times. Marcella and her, they're just like me.
Thank you. Thank you for trusting me with this.
Maybe now you can understand why I care so much about you. I don't know if I'm feeling inspired by Anne and Marcella, or if it's the shock of being so close to an actual murder, but, I'd really like for us to be more than just friends, Sophie.
Yeah,
The police is here. Just be mindful of what you tell them, okay?
yeah, of course.
Miss Roy? Miss Roy? Miss Roy!
Oh, sorry. I was distracted.
I really need you to focus right now. I don't want to be here all night, and I'm sure you don't either.
No, I don't.
So, as I was saying, we're trying to ascertain the circumstances of Mr. Cruz's death.
Asks her out with the sirens in the background. I know, right?
I was cleaning room 509 when I heard the elevator bell ring. I thought...
What?
I'm sorry?
Mr. Cruz was opening the doors.
What did you do after that?
Well, that's when the power cut. So I had to go to the janitor's closet.
Suddenly no subtitles.
Access the fuse box.
Exactly. I changed a few fuses and turned the power back on.
But there's a lock on that box, isn't there? Did you have the key?
No, but I...
What
there
did you...
No.
That's... So, what did you do after restoring the power?
I took the elevator down
So
to
he
the...
still said that there was bloody footprints, even though there wasn't.
Do you remember what you said to the operator? The exact words.
No, I'm afraid I don't.
You said, there's a man dead. He's been murdered.
That's possible.
What makes you so sure it was murder?
Well,
Oh,
actually,
have you
no, Mr.
Into that, how do you know about it? Mr. Cruz told me.
I
Here we go.
Maybe you'll be able to answer one or two of my questions.
Ah,
do my
okay.
best.
So that did change.
The victim's wife.
He didn't accuse me of snooping.
Apparently, she left in quite a hurry this morning. What can you tell me about her?
I should be able to. I don't know anything about her.
I don't really know anything. She just looks like a loving, caring wife.
You wouldn't be trying to protect her, would you, Miss Roy? Because...
Yeah, misplaced female solidarity. No, I'm not.
Let's try something else then.
Okay.
We've learned from one of your colleagues that the victim... What can you tell
Mr. Spade, what can you tell him? I don't know anything else. He seems nice. Does he?
Both Mr. Spade and Mrs. Cruz
Okay.
are prime suspects in this case, and yet we have very little evidence on either of them. It's almost as if someone has cleaned up after them. I really hope I'm wrong, though.
That didn't change, but there's no...
The obstruction of
What evidence do you have that I did?
person. But hey,
Just that I had some bloody footprints in a giant pool of blood next to the ice machine that I needed the ice pick from? That wouldn't really hold up in a court of law, would it? Skippy. And I admitted to using the ice pick, which is why there are fingerprints on it.
Bernard sounded really dejected on the phone.
I was also pretty clear about why I had
It'll probably be a while before that
moved the body.
happens.
Ugh, go to hell.
Beth,
Hey,
are you okay?
I'm out of a job. But other than that, yeah, everything's just peachy.
What? No,
I hope you're luckier than I am. Come join me when he's done with you, all right? I'll be questioning my life choices on the mezzanine.
yeah, okay.
Sit down, keep the job, and something. This guy gets fired anyway because he has to give it back to his brother, who opens it back up to the queers.
Oh, right. Come in. So, well, if I'm just, it's which, yes.
Same thing.
I'll make.
Yeah, you want to go back? Okay, I'll do it.
That'll be all.
He types so slowly.
Hey,
Hey.
what a week.
Yeah. So, what did Bernard want with you?
He wants me to clean the mess on the 5th floor.
What? Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I know.
Did
No.
so
I think. Believe it, but.
Glad you're in my life. Can I kiss you? Do it! This scene doesn't get old.
Kiss me?
yes.
I thought you'd never ask.
Oh, she seems so shy about it at first.
That
He probably didn't go to secretary school, yeah.
I've been.
Well, it's when it.
And they came back and arrested me for obstruction of justice anyway. Damn it. Huh. Guessing there's probably no way to avoid that. If you don't throw away the journal, then Paul gets arrested.
I'll make a scene, all right?
A scene?
Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
Beth, it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. I did read some people saying this.
So here we are. You're under arrest.
What?
Hmm.
This is bullshit. You can't do this. Sophie, we'll get you a lawyer. It'll be okay. God.
So I look at the comments under the guide here. For people, it confuses me. In reality, there's no perfect ending. By perfect ending, meaning ending that ticks all the following conditions. Bernard gives the hotel back to his brother. Paul doesn't go to jail. A and M don't go to jail, and Sophie doesn't go to jail. You have to pick your poison. Yeah, you have to throw somebody under the bus in order to not go to jail yourself. That's frustrating. Yeah. Huh. shit. How do I? Oh, doesn't work. Just looking over this again. But they still get back together anyway. Well, I did throw the straight man under the bus, but apparently it doesn't matter. Okay, yeah. So literally the only way for no one to go to jail is to leave enough proof that Anne and Marcella are lesbians out so that Bernard can try to salvage the reputation of the hotel and he doesn't have to give it back to his brother. But then the hotel goes back to being the straight upper class, whatever bullshit he tries to make it, instead of going to what it had been originally, where it was a bit of a safe haven for the gays. So, yeah. Literally, I think this is probably the best option, that you have to go to jail for a little while. Which isn't fun. But, like, the frustrating thing about that, looking at what I actually did, you know, even if it's like, I stepped in the blood, right? Like, okay, I stepped in the blood. There are a lot of ways to beg some level of innocence on that, to be like, it's very clear that I was not the one that did the crime, so I'm not guilty of the crime itself. Obstruction of justice, it was not willful. We can say it was not willful. You know, we can say that I needed to get the ice pick in order to get the power back on, otherwise I was stuck on that floor, and there was no way to communicate downward, you know, there was no way to get myself down, so I had to use an ice pick, and therefore I had to go through the puddle of blood. There was no way around it. Like, that's the legal argument right there, and, you know, I do not see how that cannot meet, how anything around there meets the beyond a reasonable doubt standard. Now, to be fair, I don't know if that's the standard in Canada. Whether, you know, innocent until proven guilty and beyond a reasonable doubt are the norm. Not sure. No. Innocent until proven guilty is Canadian law, presumption of innocence. Of course, this might have been different in 1958, but... And beyond a reasonable doubt is the standard of Canadian criminal trial. It's proof beyond a reasonable doubt. So again, with those two standards right there, like, I don't see how it changes. I mean, yeah, you get Beth and you get street cred, right? And I'll be honest, I find it also hard to believe, maybe this is me just headcanoning a little bit here, right? But I also find it hard to believe that the new hotel under Raymond with the, you know, the gay brother wouldn't be willing to hire both of them back on. Like, let's be honest. Like, he, first of all, was the one who hired Beth, probably with the full knowledge that Beth is a lesbian, and probably hired Beth back on in some capacity. You know, she wanted to open up a bar, so maybe he turns some part of it into a bar, right? And then, you know, once Beth is back on board and Sophie has moved, you know, come back out of being in prison, I can't imagine that she wouldn't be like, you need to give her job back, or like, you need to give her a better job because she deserves it. She's the reason you're in this office, like, right? And I can honestly see that as happening. So that's going to be my little headcanon. My little headcanon is that the detective tried to arrest and make the arrest stick, was unable to. So while Sophie did get put in jail for some time, she was released after she was declared innocent. And then when she was brought back, she was hired back at the hotel to live happily with her girlfriend, Beth, who's now the bartender or something. And she's the head housemaid or something. I don't know. Like, Linda's gone. Fuck Linda. Nobody liked her anyway. Everybody on the staff is gay. That's my headcanon. Anyway, it's 10:05 and we did what we came to do. I mean, not sure what to do from here, to be honest. I mean, I need to go to the restroom regardless, so that's probably next on the thing anyway. We can talk about what we'll play on Thursday, I suppose. That's one thing. I know I had some things in mind. I brought it up in the Discord. Happy to bring it up again. Here we go. Where's my own Discord? There it is. Okay. So this was the game that we ended up sticking with, This Bed We Made. The four that I had were Pentiment, This Bed We Made, Alan Wake, and Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. Pentiment and Tomb Raider were the top two choices. That's tough. That one's tough. I don't know that I have a clear preference. On the one hand, Pentiment is interesting, new, haven't done it before. On the other hand, Tomb Raider is something I've been feeling pretty keenly lately. And one potential wrench in all of this is that I am going to be going away, not this coming Friday, but the Friday after. And I have to get a very early morning flight. So I might not even be able to stream Thursday next week. So I worry about starting Pentiment because I have been advised that Pentiment is longer than This Bed We Made. Pentiment is way longer and reading heavy. Tomb Raider is definitely longer, don't get me wrong, but Tomb Raider's story is something that's relatively easy to keep track of, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of leaning towards Tomb Raider. Because, yeah, I might only be able to stream for this next Thursday and Tuesday next week. Because then on the 22nd, I leave for Aruba for a week. Excited about that. Never been. So yeah. I'm thinking Tomb Raider. That's probably where we're gonna live with that one. Thinking Tomb Raider. Yeah. I thought that was going to be a little bit more of a discussion. I'm sorry. I was going to open it up to everybody to be like, what do you think? What should we do? And then I get to the end of all of that. And I'm like, well, you don't get a choice. Sorry. But yeah, that's just one of those things where it's like, you know, the practicalities of doing a longer game that 2 or 3 stream break is going to make it tough to follow. Maybe not the best thing, you know? So, anyway. Yeah, I know this was a really weird stream. I'm sorry that, I'm sorry to all the people who came in and were part of the raid. Thank you so much again for the raid. I'm always flattered when you are all dumped in here to my tiny little channel to be stuck watching my mess. But I'm also especially sorry today because, yeah, it was a weird stream. I got started later than I wanted to. The game that we were streaming was technically already finished. We already did everything last week. So all the like big long story, the build up and all that stuff was already handled. I did like that twist at the end, that last minute, like, oh, hey, if you find how to open that safe and you find what's in there, you see, oh, wait a minute. There's a guest with a pretty close name who has a lot of debts kind of like he didn't get an insurance payout, and who has 3 burnt teddy bears sitting on with no children in the room. Like, oh, I just made all those things. Oh my god. So yeah, no, that was a pretty nice, like, last minute, oh wait, by the way, no, the lesbians, the gay guy, neither of them are actually guilty of this. Probably. Like, because it is something that kind of bugs me a little bit, is that there was nothing in what we saw that really truly incriminated Paul, Anne, and Marcella, or Paul, Anne, or Marcella, right? Anne and Marcella were kind of struggling a little bit with the fact, especially Marcella was struggling with the idea of leaving Hector because Hector had been relatively good to her. He was basically just trying to, like, woo her into sleeping with him, but doing it through, like, you know, not through strong-armed means. Well-meaning, but not, you know, he was trying to, like, entice her and romance her, and it just wasn't working because she's a lesbian. She's not attracted to him. And then Anne desperately wanted to leave her husband, but I don't think she ever hated Hector, right? She never got to the point where she saw Hector as a threat, even to her relationship with Marcella. So I don't see why that could turn into killing Hector. Even the fight that they had, which was evidenced by the ripped necklace and stuff like that, didn't seem to speak to actually causing a lot of harm that would probably turn into, we're going to kill your husband, we're going to escape to California kind of deal, right? And Paul had practically no motive as far as I can tell. Like, there were some tiffs and about his weird behavior kind of a thing, but it sounds like that was mostly just method acting. And it wasn't like, I don't know, it just, the evidence against either of those from our end, you know, in terms of like, oh, did they kill this guy to save themselves, or did they kill this guy because they had, you know, they were attacked, or something about their sexuality or their disability, like, you know, what was it? And I don't see any of it, right? I don't see any of them being properly guilty, but yeah, that guy in room 504, that's the one who I'm like, oh, okay, you know, he I feel bad, I really do, but that sounds like the guy who probably murdered Hector. He's an insurance agent. He was the insurance agent on his policy, and I worked with you for years. I feel like maybe they might have been like doing insurance scams together, maybe, and maybe this was an attempt at doing an insurance scam that backfired, and ended up with his family dead. Like, that could have definitely happened, I suppose. Anyway, yeah, crazy stuff. Interesting game, really interesting game. Really have to say that I was impressed by a lot of the stuff that mattered and why. Like, I still am kind of a little blown away by the fact that walking in the pool of blood mattered. I am a little irked that walking in the pool of blood mattered, but what made walking in the pool of blood, like, as a condition turn on in the game, was looking at the things beyond the pool of blood, even if you didn't touch the pool of blood. That does bother me. I'm kind of frustrated that that's the case, but fine. I still think that that's clever. I still think it's really clever that, like, everything you do also matters a lot. Like, at the end, you know, in both cases, at the end, you're basically told you did your job very well and you can stay if you like. You just have to clean the floor that you have PTSD from, which is an objectively shitty thing to say and do. But, you know, it kind of speaks to the fact that, like, oh no, I I might have been snooping around, but I was also changing towels and cleaning the mirrors and doing everything that I was supposed to. Right? So it's kind of neat that like everything that you do like that, the doors you leave open, whether or not you've thrown certain things away, all matter. And it sounds like there are a lot of different endings. I think the ending we got is probably the best one that's available. I can definitely understand why someone might want to keep what would happen if you touch nothing but cleaning. Well, that's a good question. Like if you don't even look at the things, right? I kind of think that you might get just stuck. You might have to look at some things. Because like, especially when you walk into, I think it's 505, the one with the dark room, Paul's room, and you find the photos of you snooping. I think even like right at that moment, if you don't interact with those, the story just can't move forward. And I think that just is like a soft block at that point. You have to look at them. So I think there are some things you have to look at. And you have to basically still snoop regardless. I do know, looking at the guide, that there are some other endings. There are ones where like you can get Wendy fired, the one who keeps getting the awards for best employee, whatever. You can get her fired and you can become the best, like get the best employee of the month award thing or whatever and get a free mixer out of it or shit. You can get Linda fired, the governess, head housemaid, right? And you can take her job. So I know those are some things, but you have to like really suck up to Bernard to make that happen. So that's not tenable to me. I want the man gone. I don't want him in power. Thank you very much. So sabotaging his hotel so that he has to give it back to his brother is like the best move for me, I say. I don't know. I feel like that's just the best ending right there. That like Beth gets her happier ending. Anne and Marcella get to run away to California. Paul gets to go back to the United States, become a movie star. And while you get thrown in jail for a little while, you know, again, my headcanon is that obstruction charge just can't stick because there's not enough evidence to show that you actually did obstruct anything. You know, one detective's opinion that the crime scene was a little too clean for his tastes is not enough to say, like, oh yeah, this person is like working to clean up after the real murderers, especially when you have an actual suspect that she didn't clean up after. It was very clear that like this suspect had a vendetta against the victim and had very clear motive, opportunity, like everything's there. You know, I find it hard to believe that that would not work. And I mean, I'll be honest too, it's like I understand that the whole kind of conceit of the game is that people are bigoted and, you know, there are problems, that bigotry causes problems. And the detective is very clearly a bigot as well. You know, for those of you who were with my stream last week, you got to see him basically trash lesbians, and Sophie could stand up, and I had her stand up and say like, no, you're wrong, you're just a piece of shit. They can live their own lives, and you know, they just want to be themselves, and you're just terrible for not allowing them. But like, even as bigoted as people are in the, you know, the world game, the fact that it's built on, you know, the mid-century Canadian attitudes, Catholic, majority Catholic city, stuff like that, right? Even with that, this woman has a lot of privilege going into it. She is a white, young, pretty girl. Like, don't know what else to say there. She's a very sympathetic figure. There are like there's nothing tying her to being a lesbian, even though, you know, in this case she has a lesbian relationship, but there's no like paper trail. There's no like, we saw you at the White Cat Club. There's no, we saw you kissing this woman. There's no, you wear suits and cut your hair short and all this shit. No, she's a very heteronormative, feminine looking white girl. She's got every advantage in the courts, and if there's not enough evidence to actually stack against her, I cannot see it sticking, kind of thing. Even in 1958, there's just not enough there. So I really truly think that like that part, hard to believe. Anyway, I managed to talk my way to almost about 10:30, which is usually when I try to stop. And I know last week we went all the way to 11, but that's because I really wanted to finish the game. Actually, we went later than 11, I think. Anyway, but yeah, sorry again for the late start and the shorter stream. This was again a weird one, but I wanted to like see what ending we could get, see how we could make it better. I guess we'll pick up on Thursday with Tomb Raider, the reboot Tomb Raider, where we will get to witness Lara Croft's new beginning, which I had interesting thoughts of when it came out. I haven't played it really since. Like, I think I played it a little bit, but I mostly like turned it on, started playing it to see what it looked like more than anything. So it'll be interesting to play it again and really see what it it's been, like I said, it's been a while since I played the game, and I want to play it again to like really get like, okay, what were my thoughts back then? So I know some of my thoughts were like some frustration in the supposed more feminist approach to Lara that I thought was undermined by some of the developers' comments and approaches. I know one of the ones that bothered me the most, like they made a big deal out of the fact that this version of Lara wasn't going to be heavily sexualized, that she was going to have like a normal looking body, that she was going to get grimy, she was going to get dirty, she was going to get hurt. Like, she was not going to be this infallible super heroine, bombshell, cool and collected. She was going to be freaking out. She was going to be, you know, it was going to be a true origin story in a lot of different ways like that, right? And the outfit she was going to be wearing was not going to be, you know, overly sexualized again. It was going to be very practical for what she was doing, or, you know, the environment she was in. And some of that is all kind of true, but with like caveats in almost every part of it. And one of the ones that always really bothered me was that like some of the quick time events, especially in the cutscenes, lean very much toward is it called danger porn? That's not right. They put her in an excessive amount of danger and pain, most of which is unnecessary, deeply unnecessary. And when asked about it, I do seem to recall one of the directors of the game more or less saying, "We want you to feel like you need to protect her." And I remember just being like, no, that's not the feeling you want for this. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. So I remember those being my thoughts at the time, and I'm curious to kind of go back and try them again. I mean, I will say, just kind of thinking through what I remember some of the opening sequence to be and some of the other stuff, I do remember it being very, you know, danger porn-ish. So it'll be hard to dispel that, I think. I do know it's a very, very different game from, you know, any of the previous Tomb Raiders before it. And that's unfortunate, because I like the Tomb Raider Legend trilogy best still. And I doubt this is going to change that, to be honest. I doubt it. Regardless, I suppose we'll pick up with that on Thursday. So Until then, have a good night, everyone. Have a good couple of days, and I will see you all on Thursday. Have a good night, everybody. Mwah.